Hello, future biologists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of antibiotics within our Five Kingdom classification chapter. Today, we'll uncover how these remarkable medicines fight off tiny invaders. We'll start with the basics, then delve deeper into their mechanisms, understand the challenges of resistance, and even explore their connection to the vast diversity of life. Get ready for an enlightening 4-level exploration. Let's kick things off with the easy level, where we'll explore what antibiotics are and how they help us stay healthy. So, what exactly are antibiotics? Simply put, they are powerful medicines designed to combat infections caused by bacteria. These tiny microscopic organisms are everywhere, and while many are harmless or even helpful, some can cause serious diseases. Antibiotics act like specialized warriors, often produced by other microorganisms like fungi or certain bacteria themselves, to target and eliminate these harmful invaders from our bodies. They are a cornerstone of modern medicine, saving millions of lives since their discovery. How do these tiny warriors work? Well, antibiotics have a clever strategy. They either kill bacteria outright or stop them from growing and multiplying. The genius part is that they are designed to attack specific structures or processes found only in bacterial cells, not in our human cells. This means they can fight the infection without harming us. A famous example is penicillin, which works by damaging the outer wall of bacteria, causing them to burst and die. The first antibiotic, penicillin, was famously discovered by accident by Alexander Fleming in 1928, marking a monumental shift in medical history. Time to test your understanding. Think about these questions. 1. What is the primary function of antibiotics? 2. Who discovered the first antibiotic, and what was it called? And 3. Explain in simple terms how antibiotics generally work to fight bacterial infections. Take a moment to recall what we've learned. Ready to dive a bit deeper? At the medium level, we'll explore the fascinating history of antibiotics, their different types, and how they precisely target bacteria. Our journey into antibiotics truly begins with the landmark discovery of penicillin. In 1928, Sir Alexander Fleming, a Scottish bacteriologist, made an accidental but profound observation. He noticed that a common mold, Penicillium notatum, had contaminated a petri dish of Staphylococcus bacteria, and, surprisingly, the bacteria were unable to grow around the mold. This led him to isolate a substance from the mold, which he named penicillin. While Fleming initially struggled to purify and mass-produce it, his work laid the foundation for Howard Florey and Ernst Chain, who later successfully developed penicillin into a life-saving drug during World War II, forever changing the course of medicine. How do antibiotics achieve their remarkable feats? They employ diverse mechanisms to combat bacteria. Some antibiotics, like penicillin, are cell wall synthesis inhibitors. They prevent bacteria from building their essential cell walls, leading to the bacterial cell's demise. Others are protein synthesis inhibitors, interfering with the bacteria's ability to create proteins vital for their growth and function. Then there are DNA-RNA synthesis inhibitors, which block the production of genetic material, halting bacterial replication. Finally, some are metabolic pathway inhibitors, disrupting specific chemical reactions bacteria need to survive. Each type targets a crucial bacterial process, ensuring effective treatment. Antibiotics are also categorized based on their spectrum of activity. Broad-spectrum antibiotics are like general-purpose warriors, effective against a wide range of bacteria, both gram-positive and gram-negative. They are often used when the exact type of bacteria causing an infection is unknown, providing quick relief. In contrast, narrow-spectrum antibiotics are highly specialized, targeting only a specific type or a small group of bacteria. These are preferred when the pathogen is identified, as they minimize disruption to the beneficial bacteria in our bodies and reduce the risk of resistance, making treatment more precise and targeted. Let's consolidate your knowledge with these 5 questions. 1. What was the name of the mold that led to the discovery of penicillin? 2. Describe 2 different ways antibiotics can kill or stop bacteria. 3. Differentiate between broad-spectrum and narrow-spectrum antibiotics. 4. Why was the discovery of penicillin considered a turning point in medicine? And 5. Give an example of a class of antibiotics and its general mechanism of action. Now, let's step up to the hard level. Here, we'll analyze the complex mechanisms of antibiotics, delve into the critical issue of antibiotic resistance, and connect it to our 5-kingdom classification. Antibiotics operate at a sophisticated molecular level. For instance, beta-lactam antibiotics, including penicillins, work by binding to specific enzymes called penicillin-binding proteins, or PBPs, which are crucial for constructing the bacterial cell wall. By inhibiting these PBPs, the antibiotic weakens the cell wall, causing the bacterium to rupture and die. Protein synthesis inhibitors like tetracyclines, on the other hand, bind to the 30S ribosomal subunit in bacteria, preventing the attachment of transfer RNA and thereby halting protein production. Fluoroquinolones target bacterial DNA gyrase, an enzyme vital for DNA replication, effectively preventing bacterial multiplication. Each of these mechanisms exploits a unique vulnerability in bacterial physiology, ensuring targeted destruction. The choice between broad-spectrum and narrow-spectrum antibiotics carries significant implications. Broad-spectrum antibiotics, while useful for initial treatment when the specific pathogen is unknown, can unfortunately disrupt the body's beneficial microbiota, leading to secondary infections or the emergence of resistant strains. For example, they might kill off helpful gut bacteria, allowing harmful ones to flourish. Conversely, narrow-spectrum antibiotics are highly precise, targeting only the identified pathogen. This minimizes collateral damage to our healthy microbial community and reduces the selective pressure for resistance in other bacteria. This precise targeting is crucial for effective treatment and preserving the long-term efficacy of these vital drugs. One of the most pressing global health challenges today is antibiotic resistance. This occurs when bacteria evolve, developing the ability to survive and multiply even in the presence of antibiotics designed to kill them. The primary drivers include the overuse and misuse of antibiotics, such as prescribing them for viral infections where they are ineffective, or patients not completing their full course of medication. Bacteria develop resistance through various mechanisms. They can produce enzymes that destroy the antibiotic, alter the target site so the antibiotic can no longer bind, or even pump the antibiotic out of their cells. This leads to the rise of superbugs, making once treatable infections dangerously difficult to cure and potentially pushing us back into a pre-antibiotic era. Let's tackle these challenging questions. 1. Explain the specific molecular mechanism by which beta-lactam antibiotics inhibit bacterial growth. 2. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of using broad-spectrum versus narrow-spectrum antibiotics. 3. Describe at least 2 different mechanisms by which bacteria develop antibiotic resistance. 4. How does the overuse of antibiotics contribute to the development of resistance? 5. In the context of 5-kingdom classification, identify the kingdom that is the primary target of antibiotics and a kingdom that is a significant source of antibiotics. 6. What are superbugs and why are they a concern? And 7. Why is completing the full course of antibiotics important, even if you feel better? Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the historical context, delve into competitive depth, examine engineering insights into drug mechanisms, and connect antibiotics to microbial ecology within the 5-kingdom classification. Before the advent of antibiotics, bacterial infections were a leading cause of death globally. Simple cuts, pneumonia, or tuberculosis were often fatal. Sir Alexander Fleming's accidental discovery of penicillin in 1928, observing a penicillium mold inhibiting bacterial growth, marked the dawn of a new era. However, it was the meticulous work of Howard Florey and Ernst Chain in the early 1940s that purified penicillin and demonstrated its therapeutic potential in humans, transforming it into a life-saving drug during World War II. This breakthrough ignited a golden age of antibiotic discovery from the 1940s to the 1960s, primarily driven by screening soil microorganisms, particularly from the genus Streptomyces, yielding a wealth of new antimicrobial compounds and fundamentally reshaping modern medicine and public health. Antibiotics exert their effects through highly sophisticated molecular interactions, and bacteria counter with equally complex resistance mechanisms. For instance, vancomycin, a glycopeptide antibiotic, binds to the dialadiala residues of peptidoglycan precursors, sterically hindering transpeptidation and transglycosylation enzymes crucial for cell wall assembly. Resistance to vancomycin often involves the modification of this target to dialadilac, reducing the antibiotic's binding affinity. Efflux pumps, such as the Akraptolc system in gram-negative bacteria, are active transport systems that literally pump antibiotics out of the bacterial cell before they can reach their intracellular targets. Furthermore, enzymatic degradation, exemplified by extended-spectrum beta-lactamases or ESBLs, chemically modifies and inactivates beta-lactam antibiotics, rendering them useless. Understanding these precise molecular battles is critical for developing new drugs and overcoming resistance. The study of antibiotics is intrinsically linked to the five-kingdom classification. Kingdom Monera, encompassing all prokaryotes or bacteria, represents the primary target of antibiotic action. The diverse cellular structures and metabolic pathways across different bacterial phyla dictate the specificity and efficacy of various antibiotics. Conversely, members of kingdom fungi, particularly molds like Penicillium and Cephalosporium, have been pivotal as natural sources of many groundbreaking antibiotics. These fungi produce secondary metabolites with antimicrobial properties, likely as a competitive strategy in their ecological niches. While less common, certain compounds from kingdom Plantae and Protista also exhibit antimicrobial activity, offering potential leads for future drug discovery. Moreover, the widespread use of antibiotics significantly impacts microbial ecology, altering the delicate balance of microbial communities within ecosystems, including the human microbiome, leading to dysbiosis and the selection of resistant populations across kingdoms. Despite their monumental impact, the development of new antibiotics has slowed dramatically, leading to a critical public health crisis as resistance spreads faster than new drugs emerge. This decline is due to several factors, including high research and development costs, a lower return on investment compared to chronic disease drugs, and the rapid emergence of resistance against new compounds. The future of combating bacterial infections lies in a multi-pronged approach. This includes exploring novel drug targets, developing non-antibiotic strategies like phage therapy or antivirulence drugs, modulating the host microbiome, and implementing stringent global antibiotic stewardship programs to preserve the efficacy of existing drugs. International collaboration and incentivizing pharmaceutical research are paramount to preventing a return to the pre-antibiotic era, ensuring continued protection against infectious diseases. Now for some challenging questions. 1. Elaborate on the historical context of medicine before the discovery of antibiotics and the immediate impact of penicillin. 2. Describe the precise molecular mechanism of action for vancomycin and a common bacterial resistance mechanism against it. 3. Explain how bacterial efflux pumps contribute to multidrug resistance. 4. Discuss the role of kingdom fungi in antibiotic discovery, providing an example. And 5. How do antibiotics specifically target organisms in kingdom Monera while generally sparing human cells? Continuing with our hardest questions. 6. Analyze the economic and scientific reasons behind the dwindling pipeline for new antibiotic development. 7. Propose 3 distinct novel strategies for combating antibiotic resistance beyond simply developing new antibiotics. 8. Explain the concept of selective pressure in the context of antibiotic resistance development. 9. Discuss the ecological implications of widespread antibiotic use, considering its impact on microbial communities. And 10. Differentiate between enzymatic degradation and target site modification as bacterial resistance mechanisms, providing a specific example for each. And that concludes our in-depth exploration of antibiotics. From their accidental discovery to their complex mechanisms and the global challenge of resistance, we've covered it all. Remember, understanding these tiny marvels is crucial for our health and for the future of medicine. For more engaging and comprehensive educational content, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting lessons. Keep learning and stay curious.